Okay, welcome to my videos covering cards I'm creating and adding in a set, Underbelly, for the card game Android Netrunner. This is on the website Halfbreeds. The link to that will be in the description of the video. And today I'm just going to cover the last few neutral cards I haven't covered yet. The two you see, UBS and Scrap Contract, I already have videos for them. So I'm just going to cover the first two, Crunchman and Heuristic Bypass. Starting with Crunchman. The name might be a little weird, but it's reference to, oh god, I guess a hacker from a long time ago, back before, I believe, even the internet. This is back when typically computers would connect using modems, and there's a famous sound when you hear they're like authenticating with each other. Well, Crunchman, I believe someone else, they had discovered using a toy in the bottom of a cereal box, a Captain Crunch cereal box, that kids would blow on to make sounds, but they could use that toy to simulate that sound and start doing things they shouldn't be doing with phones and whatnot. I think they're also famous for creating stuff like, was it blue boxes, maybe black boxes, and getting free phone calls. But yeah, so the nickname, he has a few nicknames. One was Crunchman, so it's kind of reference to that. Now, Crunchman in the Android Netrunner universe, his story is a little different. Maybe when he was younger, he was a hacker, but he went corporate. He had a long, successful career in the corporate world, and then one day he saw some things that were just too much for him, and he turned whistleblower. Going to the flavor text at the bottom, the corpse blacklisted him for talking. The runners ostracized him for the long trail of flatline colleagues. Now he's going to show them. He's going to show them all. Yeah, he's neutral. He has zero influence, but he does have some ways to make a deck. So the 2 link it will help because, before he was on the run, he had stashed some breakers in the cloud. So he can use cloud breakers for no influence. Let me just bring up those. Yeah, so these ones he can include in his deck. Don't have to worry about influence. There is one more, which is in the Underbelly set. That's Shaper Chinook. That's the barrier one, because there's a sentry and a code gate, so I also made one for barrier. So that's a set of breakers he can include. But also from each faction, he can include one other non-cloud related card. So, criminal, he could put, let's say you want account siphon and 3 of those. But then from Anarch, he can include 1 card and put a full playset of that. And then from also the minor factions too. Right? So you have the 6 factions. He could do, let's say, a regular playset. Some are 6, but let's say 3 each. So like 18 cards, non-cloud cards. You can also put cloud cards in there too to make his deck. And him being neutral, he can also neutral cards that have influence. He doesn't have to worry about that. So any neutral card he can put in. So yeah, that's his Crunchman. Moving on to the next one, Heuristic Bypass. This is kind of Crunchman's AI icebreaker. I go in the flavor text. You can see I knew this would be the last authorized trip to R&D. I pocketed whatever advanced tech was within reach. Crunchman. Now, Heuristic Bypass is kind of based off a card. I try to use, and when you do use it, it's kind of fun. But a lot of times it's just kind of a dead card. That is Gingerbread Man, which is an icebreaker that breaks tracer subroutines. Has some good numbers, but a lot of times it kind of ends up being a dead card sometimes. So creating this one, Heuristic Bypass, when you install this, you can choose 2 non-code gate barrier sentry subtypes. Like, Scent Tracer could be one, but there's a whole bunch of other ones when you install it. And then it has kind of similar numbers to Gingerbread, but it does take 2 MU. So I figure you're breaking 2 different types. It has pretty good numbers, so 2 MU seems fair. Though, that wouldn't be a problem for Crunchman if he's using cloud breakers and he has 2 link already. I did a quick check. Let me bring up the ice here. Yeah, so doing a quick check, there's about, at this time, like I'm still going to create ice myself for this set, but there's about 317 ice. And the subtypes that you can pick from, there's about 252 or so ice that fall under that. Though some of these could be duplicates because some have, AP and, and Destroyer or something, right? So those number might be a little off. Also, Biroid is one you can't pick. You can just pick from these ones here. But it does going to give you a fair amount of ice that you can break with it, though always, a little ice wall will stop you. We can kind of just go in and see that here. Let me just make a game. Oops, let's leave this Oh, sweet. I did have one going. Yeah, let me just put you back in my hand. Let me just cast you. I think, right? Let's see here. Oh, I need some money. There we go. And then when you cast it, you have all the different subtypes to choose from. So let's say you want someone put a mythic down. You're going to surprise them. And then you also want like AP. And now when you run, you can now use this to break, you know, those two different subtypes you picked. I couldn't get it to stay on the card, but it will say in the logs what you picked. So you can go back and check if you forgot. But yeah, that is heuristic bypass. So those are the two I wanted to cover today. You know, give them a test. Let me know if you think they're too strong, too weak, broken combos, or something's not quite working right on the website. And let me know. You can do just, you know, say something in the video, but also I do have a Discord and a Reddit you can join and leave information there. But yeah, and I guess also, you know, just share, like, subscribe so we can help spreading the word for Android Netrunner. I think the best card game ever created to around. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.